This vodcast is on Twitter and can it help your classroom? This is for instructional materials. It is March 1st, 2013, and this is for Learning Session 8. Right. So one issue in my classroom that I feel Twitter could help, communication outside of the classroom. I only see some of my kids 50 minutes 3 times a week, and they don't really get to know one another all that well. They don't get the chance to talk outside of class like in a brick and mortar school at recess or in other classes or during lunch. So I feel that I do need another way to get my students to talk to one another and get to know each other outside of class time. Can Twitter help? Absolutely. It allows for communication on the content or the class 24/7. You don't have to be in class to communicate through Twitter and to discuss maybe there's a group project. Well, the class can tweet to one another and say, hey, how's part 2 of the project going, for example. And then they can kind of get an idea of where they're at with class, and they don't have to wait until class time to communicate with one another. Some issues, personal use, especially at the high school level. A lot of kids have their very own Twitter account, which is great for, to be social and keep up with their friends and whatnot. But as far as class goes, I don't want the two colliding because sometimes the kids could post swear words, which I don't want in my classroom. And also another issue with Twitter, you're only allowed a certain amount of characters. So a lot of kids abbreviate, and I've noticed that with texting and Twitter and things like that, this affects their spelling even in the classroom, which could definitely be an issue because half of those abbreviations, I don't even know what they mean. So that's why I have a rule in my class, don't talk to me like you're texting. So solutions, you could have students create Twitter accounts just for class. So just one strictly for classroom use, school use, and then they can have their own Twitter account on their own time. Also, I could go over posts daily with the kids and say, hey, this is spelled incorrectly. Do you know that it's really spelled like this? Or just to go over the spelling issue. I personally have been having a lot of issues with spelling, especially with the scientific language. It can be quite tricky. So the solution for this too, I could also use blogs instead of Twitter because blogs allow students to post longer paragraphs and whatnot and have a more in-depth discussion. So Twitter could be used for just brief discussion where blogs could be used for the longer stuff so that I don't have those spelling mistakes and the issue with characters, them going over the amount of characters that they're allowed to use. And that is my vodcast on Twitter, and I do think it could help out any classroom if used correctly because the internet can be a scary place, and there has been a lot of issues in schools with Twitter, and I just that's my only concern with it. Otherwise, I think it would be extremely beneficial. Thank you for watching my vodcast on Twitter, and I hope you have a wonderful day.